Late afternoon sun spilled across the living room carpet, a promise of warmth and fresh air. I turned off the hyperactive air conditioning in our second-story flat and opened the windows to let in the breeze. It carried with it the scent of our neighbors' roses, mingled with the dry grass of early fall. My laptop and a cup of coffee waited for me on the coffee table. I sat down on the leather couch and managed to control my shaking hands enough to boot up the laptop and hit the internet. The coffee sloshed in my mug when I picked it up. I held it in both hands and tried a cautious sip.
"Sweetheart,"
Tor said.
"what are you doing?"
I set the coffee down and turned to look at him. He was standing just behind me and staring over my shoulder at the screen. "Hunting for news," I said. "Like you probably knew already."
"Maya!"
He walked around the couch and sat down next to me.
"It's been 2 weeks. The police have no idea that you—"
"I know that. It's not the police thing that bothers me. I just can't forget what happened as easily as you can." Tor sighed and turned sideways so he could look at me. I waited for him to go on, but he stayed silent and considered me with a little frown. 2 weeks earlier, at the beginning of September, I'd killed a man by draining him of his elan vital, his life force, his chi, different names but the same mysterious energy. I have a disease that you could call vampirism, not that I'm undead like the vampires in the movies. I just can't regenerate my elan like normal people do. So as a child, I learned how to steal it from others. Just a little bit here and there. Not enough to harm anyone. But I used it to kill when Tor's uncle, Niels Halvorsen, attacked me.
"Look,"
Tor said.
"it was self-defense."
"I know, but—"
"There isn't any but. He put your brother in the hospital. He was trying to kill me. He would have killed you, too, if he'd dragged you off somewhere."
His voice dropped to a growl of rage.
"And shit, who knows what he would have done to you first?"
Revulsion rose in my throat with the taste of vomit. "I know all that. But I killed someone, Tor, after I swore to God and my father that I never would." For a moment he blinked at me.
"Okay,"
he said at last.
"Breaking an oath. That's hard."
I felt like screaming at him, but anger only wastes elan. I'd learned that lesson, too. How to keep every shred of it inside. The guilt, though, lay beyond my control. At times it made me tremble. Tor said nothing further, just watched me surf the net until curiosity got the better of him.
"Find anything?"
he said. "What about this? You've got a cousin you didn't know you had, and he's out here now, dealing with his dad's death." That revelation made Tor wince. "He totally looks like you," I pointed at the photo on the webpage. Tor studied the image of another tall, lean guy with sandy brown hair and brown eyes. They shared the same strong jaw and broad hands.
"Joel Halvorsen,"
Tor said.
"I guess his family decided against naming him the old way. He should be Nielsen, and Joel isn't a Nordic name."
"You would think of that," I tried to smile. Tor reached over, took my hand, and kissed my fingers before he went on.
"Look, brooding about it is only going to make it worse."
"If I could stop, I would." I let my voice trail away because I'd spotted an important point in the web article. "I guess Joel's not all torn up over this. Thank God for that." The reporter quoted him as saying,
"My father was an odd, distant man. I didn't know him well at all. He divorced my mother when I was just a kid, and I only saw him a couple of times a year."
When the interviewer asked why he was handling his father's estate, Joel answered,
"I'm the oldest son."
"Nothing more."